Ladies and gentlemen, you guys already know what time it is. Your boy Rico back at it again. Free agency. Free agency is here. Josh Palmer, Mike Hoecht, a bunch of free agent signings could be around the corner. Doubtful. But guess what Brandon Beane is doing? Taking the money and putting it back in the team. Let's talk about it. It's the Rico report. Let's get to it.
Base away games, red, white, blue in the crowd. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Play good, be humble. Number 17, the captain. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. I'm a Buffalo fanatic. Hey, I'm a Buffalo fanatic.
Mic check, 1, 2. Are we good? Is the mic back on? I appreciate you guys always showing me love when the mic's not on, but I appreciate you. Hey, we back at it. Give me the thumbs up if it's on. Let's get it cracking. Let's go. Listen, I got an hour. I got an hour to chop it up with y'all, and I got to get my business together and then get going. Are we good? Give me that mic check. Give me the thumbs up that we got it, because I got to go back into my thing and just that and the third. Here we go. Folks, the Bills are busy. The Bills have been busy. I used to listen a lot to the Joe Budden podcast. And when these boys were busy, they would say, yeah, we booked and busy. And if you sassy, I mean, that's what you'd say. We booked and busy. Yo, the Bills have been busy. The busy Bills, because they've been taking care of their own business and you know what I mean? And signing the right pieces, right? So here's what we got to talk about today. Obviously, we're going to talk about the free agents that we have brought to the team and what they will bring to the team. But we're also going to touch on the guys that we've retained. And guess what? There were a couple more retained players today. And one of them wasn't James Cook. Eyeball emoji. That's what's happening. Right now, at this point, it's giving me, you got me talking like the young girls. It's giving, you ain't getting signed. It's giving Brandon Beane is like, bro, all that googly eyes and you wanting 15 mil probably turned me off and you going to wait it out. It's giving, maybe he's just making James Cook sweat it out. But I don't know about that, because Darrington Evans signed by the Bills. Let me fix my mic. Darrington Evans signed by the Bills, retained. Reggie Gilly, the sledge, retained by the Bills on a 1-year deal. Oh, you thought I was going to forget Ty Johnson, retained by the Bills on a 2-year deal. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bills have been booked and busy. They've been booking cats and signing them, bringing them back. And the longer free agency period goes, the more likely James Cook does not get retained. Or James Cook has just got to wait till next year. And there's no harm in that. So I was thinking to myself, I said, put myself in James Cook's shoes and a lot of other free agent players at that. I'm a free agent player. I love this team. I love the makeup of this team. I love the city. I love everything about it. Don't worry, I'm not going to stay on James Cook very long, but it's apropos because of all the people that are getting signed, right? Knock it off. Here we go. So James Cook loves the city, loves the fan base, loves his teammates, loves the trajectory of where the Bills are going. He just wants to have a future. He wants to be able to say, I want to be long-term with the Bills. So maybe he's getting advice from his agent. Maybe he's getting advice from his big bro. Or just plainly, he's just seeing what people have done and it's worked and he's going to try it. Case in point, Max Crosby, case in point, Myles Garrett, you name it. Whether they say they want to leave, whether they say they want a bigger contract, they have leverage. They have leverage. James Cook does not. So I'm putting myself in his shoes. So I put it out there that I want to get signed. And let's just say he doesn't get signed this offseason. So he has to play it out. Do you go into the season bitter? Do you go into the season upset that you didn't get your deal? Do you go into the season saying, yo, then F this team? I'm just going to play it out and say F it. And this is where business can become nasty, because let's just say next year he has a monster year. And the Bills are like, yeah, we can't just let him go just like that. We're going to franchise tag him. You're not going nowhere. We're going to be franchise tag. We're going to make you the face of the franchise. We're going to franchise tag you. And if the number is at a decent number, we're going to franchise tag. Then you're pissed off player. Like, yo, I wanted a multi-year deal, and now I'm getting franchise tag. I hate the franchise tag for the player. I get it because the team has that option. But for the player, you're like, yo, if you want my services, sign me long-term. Team's like, no, I got one more good year out of you, and I'm going to let you go do what you got to do. So play ball. You got no choice. So I feel for James Cook in that regard. That's why sometimes silence is the best tool in negotiation. One last thing I'll get onto before I go. Silence, like I said, is the best thing. Two things. I used to sell cars back in the day. I did it for like 5 years. I liked it. At first, I was like, I don't know if this is for me. And I ended up liking it because you get to learn the psyche. You get to learn how people move, right? And silence is key. Somebody will bring in their, and this is for those that are trying to get their trade in, or you're a salesperson right now. You know the tactic. Dude, you go in there, person brings the car in, I do the walk around. I walk around their trade, the vehicle they're trying to trade in, and I point at every imperfection by saying nothing. I point. As I point at every imperfection, they speak and devalue their own vehicle. So by the time that we're ready to go, I'm like, well, listen, I know you wanted this for your amount for your trade, but based on XYZ, we're going to give you this. Fair? And they pointed out to me, so yeah, it becomes fair. As we're sitting at the negotiation table or my desk, right? Here's what the payments will be. Here's what XYZ. What are your thoughts? Not a word. Say nothing. Let them mull it over. So sometimes players should just sometimes be quiet. Let your play speak and write the check for you. But when sometimes too much chatter happens, this is the end result. Now, do these two things relate? Who knows? Maybe Brandon B just wants to nail everything else down, and then after the draft, potentially, this is what happens. You just never know. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. You're in your rookie deal. It's not like you're sitting here, had a all-pro first year and you have all the leverage in the world, bro. No. You had a fantastic year. Zip it. Yep. Don't want to hear it. Zip it. Poor James Cook, he's probably going to have to play this year and in a bitter state of mind. That sucks to have to play when you want a contract and they're not giving it to you. So now you're like, if I get hurt, I'm screwed. This is the business. This is the business. It sucks. It is what it is. Now, I'm done with James Cook. But let me get on to the rest of this team. Well, Brandon Beane has been busy, because he has been, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon Beane has been busy. And today, he retained the likes of Darrington Evans, a depth running back. You got Reggie Gillian coming back on a one-year deal. You're our fullback / tight end that can pretty much move around. Since Quentin Morris may not be retained, he then fills in that route, or it's going to be Zach Davison that takes over that position on that third tight end. You know, big Zach Davison. You guys know what I'm talking about. And then last but not least, we got Ty Johnson back in the fold. You'll love to see it. Welcome back, Ty Johnson. I know most folks were a big fan of Ty Johnson. So this is a massive deal for the Bills. I like Ty Johnson for the Bills. I think he brings so much to the table. And why not? This is fantastic. You gotta love what's coming our way when you see that. So Reggie Gilliam signed to a 1-year deal. You gotta love Weapon X coming back to the team. Let me just share my page so you guys can see a visual at least, and then we go from there. How do you guys feel about Ty Johnson returning? Because I know there were a few moments where some folks weren't sure if we would have been able to retain the likes of Ty Johnson. It was a lot of not a whole lot going down. So we got our guy back, Reggie Gilliam, Sledge, big time special teamer. Pair him alongside our new defensive end linebacker / DT / special team ace, Michael Hoecht, and we got ourselves a unit, right? We got ourselves a unit. Smiley gone, new special teams guy in. So who knows? Maybe we're going to be the number 1 special teams unit in the league. We will soon find out. That being said, love to see it. Reggie Gilliam, welcome back. That's my guy. I'm going to try to hit him up and say, come through and come chop it up with us, right? Here we go. Ty Johnson, reported by Jay Fowler, signed a 2-year deal. I'm curious as to what this 2-year deal looks like. Remember, we talked about this a few weeks ago when we were reminiscing on if we were to sign Ty Johnson back, what kind of deal would it look like? 2 years, 6 years, 2 years, $6 million deal, right? I think that's what we were talking about in the range of $3 million. Could that be what happens here? So love to see it. We'll be paying more attention to what goes down. Darrington Evans, obviously, we bring back Darrington Evans to take over as a depth running back alongside, obviously, Frank Gore Jr. On the practice squad. So we'll see how that all shakes out. And away we go. The Bills have been busy. They have been busy. So let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. We got some ballers. We got some players on the team. And number 1 player that I do want to talk about is Mr. Josh Palmer. This guy right here, Joshua Palmer. For those that are unfamiliar with Joshua Palmer, he is the former receiver out of LA, representing the Chargers. And he's had some time in LA, and now he makes his way north. Ooh, is he going to be used to the cold and north because he was in sunny California and all that good stuff? The answer is yes. Why? Because he's Canadian, representing Brampton, Ontario. Hey! All right. So I say that because let me tell you, I gotta tell y'all about Canadian athletes more specific. For those that are not familiar, how difficult it is for Canadian athletes to make it down south and to become a professional player. Growing up in Canada, I'll tell you right now, you gotta be the best of the best. I'm talking about like above and beyond better than everybody else. Like you got to stand out. All right. That's number 1. Number 2, you got to pay to go to all these camps out of country, or paying to go to these camps for these guys are coming to Canada. You guys have it at your doorstep. We got to do a lot more to get the eyes on Canadians because they look at Canadians and say, man, what do they know about that? They only know hockey out there and lacrosse. But we got soccer players out here that are nice. We got football players that are beasts, but we just don't get that love. Now, today, way more love. When I was growing up playing football, bro, it was good luck. You ain't getting out there. You might as well just play CIS ball and go to the CFL. So when you have a guy like that battled his way, camp and all that stuff, gets a scholarship, goes to the Tennessee, and then gets drafted, all that good stuff, yo, big salute to Josh Palmer. Now, you get Josh Palmer in Buffalo now. What does that mean exactly? What is he bringing to Buffalo that Amari Cooper didn't bring to Buffalo? Like, why get excited for Josh Palmer? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a fair question. It's fair. Why am I getting excited? He wasn't the star when he was with LA. It was Keenan Allen, and it was Mike Williams. So, like, what am I going to be excited for? The guy has 10 career touchdowns. He's got maybe 2,037 yards receiving. What is there to be excited about, Rico? So, yo, pump the brakes. You guys always do this. Now, I'll tell you, when you play with Justin Herbert, you don't know what you're going to get. Am I lying? Justin Herbert got paid all that money, and I'd like to know, was that money worth it? Oh, by the way, thank you, Ladd McConkey. Ladd McConkey was the star last year. You feel me? I was going back to when Keenan Allen was on the squad. And then Ladd McConkey comes through and he becomes the guy. And sometimes, just sometimes, it's just who's throwing you the football, what offense you're in, and who your crowd is, right? Who's around you showing you love, who's going to bat for you. So the fact that Brandon Beane noticed this 6'1", 215-pound receiver that runs a 4.5 40 and can get downfield, you gotta love it. And I truly believe, hold on, do we have breaking news? Do we have breaking news? Ladies and gentlemen, I in the chat, I don't know if this is true, so let me just refresh my my Twitter feed and make sure that what you guys are telling me in the chat, apparently the Buffalo Bills have made more noise. Let me confirm. Let me refresh my damn Twitter page, because right now it's not refreshing. If you guys want to mess with me today, this is the time to do it, because I'm not paying attention to my Twitter page, but we looking at it. So I'm looking at Dove Kleeman. He says Joey Bosa reached an agreement on a 1-year deal, $12.6 million with the Buffalo Bills, according to Adam Schefter. So let me make sure this is the right Schefter page, because you know, I mean, people be trolling these days. Okay, we got Adam Schefter, 11.5 million followers, and there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have breaking news on the Rico Report right now with the Buffalo Fanatics, ladies and gentlemen. Joey freaking Bosa has been signed by the Buffalo Bills. How, ladies and gentlemen, are we feeling about this? Did we get the pass rusher that we needed? Are we happy about this? Ladies and gentlemen, he's known to not stay on the field. I believe the last 2 years, he's had like 12 games. If I'm wrong, let me know. Now, there's a lot of upside to bringing a Joey Bosa to the squad. I will tell you this right off the bat, I'm not gung-ho, but I'm very optimistic as to what he can bring to the squad. I'll tell you right now, man, this is a typical Brandon Beane signing. If you guys don't know Brandon Beane by now, this is what Brandon Beane does. A guy that was highly touted years before, potentially a former first rounder, falls off due to injury, and then Brandon Beane comes in and says, I can get you for the low, and it's a high risk, low reward. Low reward, high risk. Because the high risk part is he gets hurt again. However, I only paid $12 million for you. So if you work out to how I need you to work out for me, this is a win-win for the Bills. Some folks are saying this is a Von Miller Part 2. Here's the difference. We gave Von Miller $120 million for 6 years. It ended up being that he only made $47 million off of us, but we're about to eat that dead cap of $15 million off of Von Miller. Here's the deal with Joey Bosa, ladies and gentlemen. Coming out of college, he was that dude. Get after the quarterback, pressure. You have a legitimate pass rusher, in a sense, with Joey Bosa. Some folks, they kind of knew that Joey Bosa could be on the radar, could be headed to Buffalo. But some folks were like, but if you get him to Buffalo, what good is it? He's hurt all the time. What's the point? Why put in $12 million into some guy that you never know is going to be healthy 100%? And for those that are thinking that, you have every right to believe that, because it's true. How do you get excited for someone that may not be able to stay healthy? So I'm going to do my very best on the fly to explain why we went after a Joey Bosa rather than a Myles Garrett, Crosby, or straight up Trey Hendrickson. Too much money. We ain't got it like that. We ain't got it like that. That's pretty much what Brandon Beane is telling you. So this is why I said this is a typical Brandon Beane move. Get the guy that was known to be a great pass rusher. And if he happens to get a little healthier and he works really hard to stay healthy and he gives us what he used to be, why the F not? This is a low, what is it? High risk, low reward, high risk. What's that saying? Why not? $12 million. Let me make sure that I got this down pat. ESPN sources, 5-time Pro Bowl, Joey Bosa, recent agreement tonight on a 1-year deal, $12.6 million. This is I'll tell you this much. This is a win-win for the Bills. And I'll tell you why this is a win-win for the Bills. And this is why Brandon Beane has done this. Because this is what you call a prove-it deal. This is a prove-it deal. You have a 5-time Pro Bowler that knows how to get after it, knows how to get after the quarterback. That's what I do. The Bills have been wanting a pass rusher for so long. They thought they had one in Von Miller. The first 8 games were fantastic with Von Miller until he went down. It was looking really good with Von. So now we're going to get a guy that's always hurt. But here's the bright side on this situation, folks. Joey Bosa knows what he's going into. I got to prove it. I'm going to do everything in my power to get this thing down. And I'm sure of it in this contract, knowing what Brandon Beane knows. Hey, you want that $12 million? And I mean, we're going to get the breakdown of how this $12 million is going to get played out. What great timing, by the way, to go live at this time, right into it. I'm not even half an hour into it, and we already into the thick of things. All right. I mean, let me just fix my banner here. Joey Bosa to the Bills. I gotta, I gotta put his last name in there. I can't just do him like that. All right. So let me get this out the way so we understand what's happening here. So it's a good thing for Bills and it's a good thing for it's a win-win. He proves it. I bet you I can stay healthy. And if I stay healthy and I get my escalators, because I'm sure there are a whole lot of clause in this contract. You got to play every single game. You got to play like 70%. They don't even play 70%, first of all, because we rotate our linemen like crazy. So you got to play percentage snaps 50%, or you got to be an active member on this team. You got to be active. In order for you to get your money, you got to be active every single game. You gotta get me 7+ sacks. I'm really, this is a low bar. 8 sacks. You gotta X this, and then you can get your $12.6 million. But if you don't fulfill what I need from you, you're just gonna get the base. I can't wait to see the actual numbers from this contract. So here's the bright side. Joey Bosa says, bet. Not only am I gonna win my 12.6 mil, we're going to discuss a long-term deal at the end of this because I'm going to prove to you guys that I can stay healthy. And then Brandon Beane looks like a mother effing genius because he got himself a 5-time Pro Bowler. Is he even 28 yet? How old is Joey Bosa? I gotta take a look at Joey Bosa. Hold on a second now. So right now it looks like the big moves the Bills have made was defensive end Michael Hoecht, 3 years, 21 mil. You got Josh Palmer, 3 years, 36, and you got Joey Bosa on a 1 year, 12.6. We're going to get more information as this comes out, ladies and gentlemen. So this is just posted. Bills fans are going nuts. Bills fans are loving this. Bills fans are saying, we got something. And some Bills fans are like, yo, I'll wait. I'd rather wait. I ain't going to do all this whoop-de-whoop, wop-de-wop. I'm not doing all this stuff. I'm going to wait it out because I've been here before. And we have been here before where we get excited for something and then we get let down. How excited were we when we thought we were not even close to getting anybody like Von Miller, even at age 34, 35. And the minute that it dropped Bills have just signed Von Miller for 6 years, 120. We're like, whoa. Once we got past the sticker shock, we were all in. And it looked freaking great too, didn't it? We were like, this is worth it. We're on to something. Let's roll. Here we are. Joey Bosa to the Bills. Talk to me in the chat. Let me know how you guys are feeling right now. Do you love this? Do you hate this? Or are you still on the fence? Are you on that? I like it, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. It's 12 mil guaranteed. I know it says 12 mil guaranteed, but I like, there's always a breakdown, right? Guaranteed if, I don't know. I mean, guaranteed is guaranteed. So if they say, yo, I'm giving you 12 mil, then it's cool. But we have to keep this in mind, folks. He's missed 22 games over the last 3 years. And that's including 2 injury reserve. Being on injury reserve twice. 28 games he's appeared in out of 50 games. And in that stint, he's recorded 5 sacks in 14 games in 2024. He gets after the quarterback. I mean, for crying out loud, 5 sacks, that would have been in the second leading sack on our team. You know what I mean? We don't have guys that can get after the quarterback like that. Who was our leading sack artist this year? Greg Rousseau? They get like 8. Not even. So him getting 5 and getting hurt, imagine if he's healthy. Now put him in a line with Ed Oliver, Greg Rousseau on the other side, with the type of defense that we have. You saw what the Eagles were able to do, so they took note. They absolutely took note. And by the way, shout out to Brandon Beane for doing some work after dark. That boy don't sleep. Gotta love it. I thought he was going to do something last night, but I was like, oh, okay. He was probably negotiating it for today. He wanted to wait. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Joey Bosa to the Bills on a 12.6 deal. I haven't seen that it's guaranteed, though. That's one thing I have not seen yet. So if it's guaranteed, sure. But I can't see Brandon Beane saying, here, I'm gonna guarantee you this money. I'm sure there's some kind of clause in there, some escalators in there that can activate certain things. But here we are. Joey Bosa joining the Buffalo Bills. And I have to say it, folks. Initially, I'm like, I like it. Initially, I like it. Hold on. I got somebody that's MLB Insight says Joey Bosa gets 12 mil guaranteed with upside of 15.6 mil. Okay. I knew there was going to be something in there. And that's why I said I wanted to wait. So that looks more like it. That looks more like it. My man Walter says if we can pay a guy that plays 46% of his games, we should be able to pay a running back that plays 46 of his snaps. Boy, you better stop. I'm done with James Cook today, boys. We've been talking about James Cook way too much. Ain't no moving going on over there. My man Brian says, yo, we still got work to do in the secondary. Oh, no, don't get me wrong. But I'm going to tell you this, folks. What you do, you guys should know this by now. What you do in the trench affects what happens on the back end. So you've got to create pressure. You got to get after the quarterback. You got to get him off the mark. You know this. I don't got to tell you all this stuff, Floyd. Ladies and gentlemen, you know this already. I ain't got to tell you. But here we are. So Joey Bosa to the Bills. And we legitimately have a bit of a pass rush if he stays healthy. Can someone confirm to me how old he is? Y'all let me know. But ladies and gentlemen, I like it. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I understand what Beane does. He's done this before. I can't think. Oh, he was 29 years old, 29, 30. Okay, 29, 30. All right. I thought he was 28, but 29, 30. All right, bet. So he hasn't hit that 30 yet. He's on that 29. That 29 makes a difference. So he'll be 30 this year. So, I mean, listen, this is it. Like, you're going to see a lot of these guys in that 30. I hate that we do this. 30 wasn't old back then. It was like, all right, he's getting up there. Now when people see 29-30, like, he's 29-30, 29. That's usually like you're still in that prime. You're still in your prime in that mark. 29-ish, you're still doing it. Now you hear 29-30, you're like, oh, he's 29, he's 30. Oh, we need to get younger. How young do you want these guys? Because when we do get them young, they're not ready. It's facts. I see it and read it. He's not ready. Why did we draft him so young? He's this, that, and the third. Nah, bro. Sometimes you want a little bit of seasoning. Sometimes you want, a little bit of experience. So shoot, let's go. I like it. Now, Brandon, please play with me here. There's been players that Brandon Beane has taken a chance. Von Miller's one of them. I feel like he's done this in the past before. He did it with guys that are nearly washed, but they still got a little something. Josh Norman. He's like, yo, Josh, what you got? Come through. Like, this is what he does, right? I'm trying to think of somebody else that he's done that with, where he brought them in, and I know you got a little something in the tank left. I know people said you're washed, but I still believe in you. He's done this. This is what Brandon Beane does. This is a Brandon Beane move. But this isn't a bad move, folks, because this could really hit. And if this hits, you're laughing. I mean, you could have easily went and paid Chase Young the $36 million he got, 51 mil, 36 guaranteed. Are you kidding me? Bro, I'd rather take this deal at 12 mil over the Chase Young deal at 36 or 40, whatever you got. Or Jonathan Allen that just got 60 mil. Or Harold Landry that got 40 mil. Like, there's a lot of money being thrown around to some cats where you're like, really? That's what you're getting? I'm not hating on it. But this, when you really look at the numbers and you look at what potentially he can give you, why not? Let's just say he's an absolute dud. All right, we just wasted 12 mil. Is that so bad? We just threw $30 million down the hole by trading Stephon Diggs. We just cut Von Miller and took a $15 million dead cap. With the type of money these boys are bringing in, that ain't nothing. 12 milli? Yo, my man Pagula might be able to, open up a chest pocket and pull out a check for 12 mil. That's nothing. My man Signified Note says, yo, Rico, are you telling me that if you had the ability, you would not pay Myles Garrett 40 mil? Bro, $40 million is absolutely, that's wild. That's wild. I like what Myles Garrett would have brought to the team, but boy, would he have crippled us with $40 million. Listen, there's good business and there's bad business. If the Bills gave Myles Garrett $40 million, I would have hoped that some of y'all would have been like, golly, that's a lot. 40 mil? 40? For a non-quarterback? That's absolutely crazy to me. But the Browns had no choice. Your best player is about to leave your franchise. They're like, nah, bro, you ain't leaving. You staying. What's it going to cost you? I bet you one like this. What's it going to cost you, man? Just tell me. He probably said 40. Not thinking that they were going to accept it. They said deal. Take a look at what they just did. Hey, what's it going to take, Deshaun Watson? I want it all guaranteed. I want it all. Done. He's got these boys bent over a barrel. And they did it again with Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett was like, oh, I want to win. I wanted this. I wanted that. Bad bullshit. What you wanted to do, sir, was actually leave. And then they threw you the bag. And you're like, you know what? Being a Hall of Famer isn't so bad. I'll take the Hall of Fame over some championships. You know what? It is what it is. You know what I mean? I'll take that money. Generationally, my family is good. And I get to do something I love. But we're not on that player right now. We're on Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa come to the Bills. If he gives us what I believe he can give us, this is big. If it's something that this is not 2021 Joey Bosa, I mean, this is 2024, 2025 Joey Bosa. What am I getting here? But here's the deal. If Brandon Beane went ahead and gave Joey Bosa a 4-year deal XYZ, you would have every right to be outraged. Every right to be outraged. But it's just it's a 1-year deal. Either it works out great and it's amazing and we can work on a long-term deal, and then by then we can make decisions. Or if it's a horrible marriage, then we just knew that it just didn't work out. We tried. We took a couple shots. You know what I mean? Maybe one's going to go in, maybe not. We're about to find out. The one thing that I do appreciate about the best thing the way I look at this is you bring him in. I like our medical staff. Our medical staff has been a pretty damn good medical staff. For the most part, we had guys get nicked up and they're back in time. I mean, you got Josh that broke his hand. I mean, that's just a tough son of a gun. But whatever they did to kind of keep him, in line and get him playing and doing whatever they need to do, I feel like this might be a great situation for that boy Joey Bosa. My man Josh Richards says it. Well, it looks like Brandon Beane is going to draft a big body DT in the first round or the second round. And we're going to talk about our draft picks, by the way. But think about it. Think about this now, folks. I know we fired our head trainer, but we do have the rest of the staff that's still around. I know that my man Thigh Doc mentioned that they just brought somebody up and they just elevated somebody else up. So same concept, same everything. The head trainer is gone. He didn't take his whole staff. We still got the nucleus, right? So Joey Bosa, I just want to see what he's done in his career thus far, right? We gotta take a look to see what we're gaining. Now, what we are gaining is not what we would have liked to see. Obviously, we want the Joey Bosa that he came in the league and was killing it and all that stuff. But you're not gonna get that. You'll be lucky if you get something like that, right? But Joey Bosa is no longer a Charger. He is now a Bill. The guy was the 3rd overall pick. You know what I mean? So that boy can play. So let's take a look at what he did in 2024. So 2024, he had 5 sacks, right? Nothing crazy. 2 forced fumbles, and he had 17 solo. But obviously, he got hurt. He didn't have a full slate of games. So how did his career start, though? That's what it is, man. So first year, 10 sacks. Second year, 12.5 sacks. Then he gets hurt in 2015. He gets hurt in 2018. Then he comes back and gives you 11.5 sacks. He's a walking double-double, if I say double-double. A 10-sack guy, right? 2020, doesn't play all games, misses a few games, gets 7.5 sacks. 2021, 10.5 sacks. And then the fall. 2.5 sacks, he played 5 games. 6.5 sacks, he only played 9 games. And then last year, he played 14 games, but got 5 sacks only. So he's got 72 sacks for his career. The guy's known for getting pressure and getting after the quarterback. You just can't help but go back and say, was it worth it? Is he going to be healthy enough? And that is where we have to just leave it to chance. Leave it to chance. Can he reinvent himself in Buffalo? We've seen guys do it. We've seen guys go in where we're like, we're not sure about what he Lorenzo Alexander. Lorenzo Alexander is a prime example, right? Journeyman before coming to Buffalo, comes to Buffalo, finds the right spot, finds the right situation. The guy went from a defensive tackle to an off-ball linebacker to an edge, got 12.5 sacks in 1 year, and then was a leader on the team. Sometimes it just takes the right situation. Maybe this is going to be the right situation for him. And the amount of times that we rotate our linemen this might be a godsend for him. He's probably like, hold up, what? So I only have to play 46% of the time? You're kidding. And I get paid 12 mil? And all I have to do is do the job that I normally do all day, every day. Get down on the field and get that sack. And I can get up to 15 mil if I come out and kill it. Oh, by the way, Bills Mafia, I love them. Okay, we're winning. Josh Allen's a dog. What the hell? I want back in. Hey, this is a win-win. It's a win-win. You got a motivated player. And if it turns out that he gets hurt, then that's destiny. That's the way the cookie crumbles. But at 29 years old, he's still got a lot of juice left. Let's play ball. I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, Joey Bosa to the Bills on a $12.6 million deal. Apparently, that can go up to $15 million. I kind of like you. Now, for those that, I see a comparison here. This is interesting. There's a comparison between Joey Bosa and Josh Sweat. For those that were wondering about Josh Sweat, according to PFF, they graded damn near the damn same, according to PFF. But everybody was loving Josh Sweat. He just signed a huge deal in Arizona. So if you were ready to give, and you guys were ready to go out there, go get Josh Sweat. Every last one of y'all were in there saying, go get Josh Sweat. Damn near the same player with Joey Bosa. So let this brother get healthy. We may have got a steal. Now, is a steal a stretch? Maybe. Just maybe. We'll see. Walter says, hope isn't a plan. And between Palmer and Bosa, that's a lot of hoping they will get better. Listen, I'm not here for your negativity, sir. I'm not here for your negativity. We ain't going to play this game. I didn't even get into my Josh Palmer. Listen, is Bot in the chat? Bot better bring his punk ass in here. I got beef with Bot, first of all. You better bring your punk ass in here, Bot. If you are here, I don't know if he is. But anyway, let me get to my man, Richie. Richie, what up, Rich? Richie Fresh comes in and says, even Bosa produces 60% of what Garrett's production is. It's a steal. 12.6 verse 40. Thanks. I'll take the 12.6 a chance. Listen, I'm with you. 40 million is absolutely wild. That's wild to me. But the Browns are the Browns for a reason. The Browns are the Browns for a reason. Teddy MV, thanks for that super chat. He comes in and says, to be honest, I'm just tired of having to be convinced why I shouldn't roll my eyes at these signings. Same shit, same team, wasting our premier quarterbacks' prime years. No, I got to push back on Teddy V. I got to push back on you. What do you want, Teddy? What do you want? You want to stay like this and just watch the game and what? I don't understand comments like this. And I'm not getting after you, Teddy, because I see this often. You just happen to be the one that puts it out there. And you put $5 out there. So I gotta address you, right? To be honest, I'm just tired of having to be convinced. Yo, I'm not in the business trying to convince you. I'm looking at the bright side. You got to look at the bright side of things. What are you going to sit here ho-hum all day just because we signed Joey Bosa? Too often, what I notice as well is we take what other content creators or, other people, and we take their word as the gospel instead of going and doing the research yourself and looking up stuff and seeing the bright spot in certain things. Bro, there's too much information out there. There's too much accessible to us as the normal Joe. We can go and do all those things. Yo, you can pay for PFF and go look for yourself. You can go on YouTube and look. You can go on NFL Plus and look at the plays and go and look at every Chargers game and see what he's done. And then make that distinction for yourself instead of having to be convinced. Don't be convinced. Convince yourself. Go look. And if you don't like what you saw, then stand on it. And if you really don't like what you saw, then stand on it. I truly believe that. There have been some guys where I've sat there, like, I'll tell you, like, straight up, James Cook. At the beginning, I was not a fan of James Cook. I stood on it. Not because somebody told me he wasn't. I heard everybody tell me, no, he's amazing. He's good. He's that. I was like, I didn't see it yet. And until I see it, I'm gonna tell y'all. And I'm late to the party. You know what I'm saying? And are we even gonna retain him? Who knows? He might be sent away. Or he just plays out of time and goes. But at least I'm not going by, oh, is he good? Okay, I'll trust what you. Nah, bro, I'm gonna look for myself. So I'm not telling y'all to be excited about this. But for me, I'm looking at the bright spot. If he is 70%, 75% of what the guys that we have on our squad, we're better off. Because he's an elite pass rusher when he's healthy. Stone Abe says, yo, from who is left, who do you want in free agency? There's not a whole lot of names that I see that I'm like gung-ho about. Joey Bosa was one of them that I was like, okay, it'd be interesting if he was available, but he'll probably go to San Fran. I honestly thought he was going to San Francisco. With the amount of people these guys let go, I for sure thought, he's going to go to San Francisco. He'll play with his brother, and that'll be cool. He's like, nah, bro, I'm going to Buffalo. I'm going out east. My boy JP went out there. I'm gonna join JP. So I ask y'all again, now that we've had time to really take in this information, are you turned off by this move, or are you like, meh? Or are you absolutely excited for this? This is something we needed. This is a spark, right? My man Rev, what up, Rev? Rev's in the chat. Rev, everybody keeps asking, yo, where's Rev? Where is he? Like I'm your daddy and I'm supposed to tell them where you're at. They know you're at. They know your Twitter. Hit him up. Well, where is he? I don't know. He's probably with his beautiful wife and his kids hanging out. Shit. Anyway, let me proceed. And by the way, shout out to my man Rev. He made me this. He created these, by the way. Love it. I got to give my man a shout out. So if you want one of these sweaters, hit up my man Rev. Let's go. My man says, Hoecht, Bosa, Russo, Epinesa should get the job done if we secure the interior D-line. That's what it all comes down to. Let me tell you something, real fuck. If you saw what was taking place in that Eagles game, bro, Milton Williams, Jalen Carter, they were absolute menaces in that game, which allowed Josh Sweat and them boys to really get after it and do a 4-man rush. Obviously, when you have 2 lockdown corners on the back end, that also helps. But I'm gonna say this though, it really is about the interior line. So this is what I love about this. This is what I love about this situation here. And hold on, did Bot just say he's on another channel? Boy, when you have breaking news like this, you say, "Hey, fellas, gotta go," and you jump on. Shame on that. Yo, I'm a box bot when I see him next time. Bent brim bot, I'm a box bot. That's what I'm gonna do. For real talk. But anyway, interior of the line is where we should be the most excited about going into this draft because how deep it is. This draft is deep in the interior line department. So Joey Bosa coming to Buffalo is a luxury for him. Because if we do what we're supposed to do on the inside, and we got Dwayne Carter, and we had Ed Oliver, we bring in another nice rotational piece on the inside, fam. But I also got to temper myself because I do this every freaking year. Every year I say, this year's it, right? This year's the one. If we do this and we do that and the interior does this, we're going to rock it. And then we end up saying the same ish to each other at the end of the year. God, why can't we get the pass rush? And we just lose it. Am I wrong? I hate that about ourselves. And I hate that about this sport. And I hate that about this team. Because of this stuff right here. Bot says, stay on, Rico. I'm coming. Get out of here, boy. I should get off just cuz. Bot doesn't realize I work at 5:30 in the morning tomorrow. Mother effer. But I'll wait because that's my guy. I love that dude. Anyway, let me get to Stone Age. Did I read this already? He says, corner is the next piece to add. Who do we get? Asante Samuels Jr. Asante Samuels Jr. is not a great tackler. And when you are in the AFC with all, and listen, when you're in this game where all running backs have taken a step up, you got to be able to get in there and tackle. And I'll tell you this, Rasul Douglas, when he pulled that business decision against the Ravens' King Henry, when he ran for that 87-yard touchdown, ladies and gentlemen, I still think to this day, I remember that move. He went on the outside purposely to make, there's a clip, and I might be dogging Rasul Douglas, but this is what it reminds me. There's a clip of a high school game where this running back he got a pitch to run outside, and there's a skinny little white corner. And the corner knew he was cooked from the start. So the corner bellied outside and just made an attempt to tackle the guy, but the guy was already past him. That's what Rasul Douglas did. If you guys know what I'm talking about, smash that like. So we need a corner that can tackle. But I'm willing to obviously take a chance on a corner, on a tight corner that can cover. Real talk. Wouldn't you not? I'm just saying. So let me put a button for now in this Joey Bosa news, because I feel that we're going to revisit this afterwards, because we still got more players to talk about, and I got my notes that I got to talk about. So F y'all. Okay, I got to talk about this and then go to bed. And if Bot's punk ass is going to make it into this chat, he better make it quick. Priorities, my friend. Priorities. Remember it. Anyway, let's keep it rolling. So Joey Bosa, welcome to the Bills. I hope you stay healthy. I hope you get after it. I hope the Bills Mafia embraces you. Well, you're like, yo, I ain't going nowhere. I just got 15 sacks this year, and I love it here. Problem is, Brandon Beane's going to have to make a decision on if I'm going to pay your ass. All right? That's a whole different ballgame. But if it warrants payment, pay the man. That's the way I see it. So, Joey Bosa has been signed by the Bills, a name that you wouldn't ever think you'd see on a Buffalo Bills roster. It's officially happened. He is a Buffalo Bill. He'll be rocking number 97. Jordan Phillips is now gone, so he'll have the opportunity to hit number 97. And you love to see it. By the way, Josh Sweat, all the people that wanted Josh Sweat, you got me saying Josh Sweat. All the people that wanted Josh Sweat, bro, according to PFF, these boys were the same all year round. Quite frankly, I think Josh Sweat took a lot of money from these boys. By the way, don't believe this bogus rumor that the Bills were close on finalizing a deal on on Asante Samuel. Until I hear it from others, some sources, then we're gonna talk about it. But here's something that's very interesting, though. Here's something that is very interesting. Josh Palmer, Joey Bosa. Joey might call Asante Samuel and say, "Hey, fam, yo, we here now. Yo, we here, baby. Yo, this is the new LA. This is the new LA, baby. What are we waiting for, man? Let's go. Let's go. Bring it. We all here. The party's here in Buffalo, baby. Who knew? West Coast, man. This is the East Coast, man. The real New York team. We might get Asante Samuels. Watch out. Now, we be creating a hospital because we just sent, my man Von Miller into pasture. I hate to say it, it's just what it is. Then we bring in another patient, Joey Bosa. Then we just got a guy that just got hurt on his shoulder. He's just coming back. And Asante Samuels. I'm just saying. My man said I'm doing gang signs. I was trying to do LA. I couldn't even do it right. I was like, what? What am I doing? Here it is. There it is. Anyway, you guys catch what I'm saying. Signified Note says, yo, Asante, this is Josh Allen. Oh, man, that's funny. So, yeah, man, Josh might be hitting out. Josh might be, calling some folk. His girl's out in LA. He's out in LA a lot. He might be rubbing shoulders with them LA cats. You just never know. So, ladies and gentlemen, Joey Bosa. He's got 72 sacks career. The last 3 years from 22, we'll go 21 to 24. He's got 10, 13, 19 and a half. He's got 20, 24. 24 sacks, 24 and a half sacks the last 4 years, if my math is correct. So hopefully he comes in healthy, comes in ready to go. Fans from LA might not be ready to give us a lot of love. They might say, yo, good riddance. You guys can have him, man. He was a bum for us. You never know. I don't know what Chargers fans are saying, but that's probably what they'd be saying. It's like somebody asked us, hey, man, how do you feel about Amari Cooper? Was he good for you guys? I can't say anything bad about Amari Cooper. I can't. It just didn't work out. And thank you for that. Joey Bosa did play in snow. He went to Ohio, for crying out loud. So this is cool. Maybe he just needs to be back in the grit. He needs to be back in, where it's gritty and cold, toughen him up a little bit. All that LA sunshine was messing with him. Need to come to the dungeon, baby. Come to Buffalo. Toughen you up a little bit. You know what I mean? Feed you beef on whack. You know what I mean? Get you some Bar Bill's wings. What else y'all got? Give him a garbage plate from Rochester. You know what I mean? Get his immune system up. Get his immune system up. You know what I mean? Give him all that Buffalo love, man. Take him to Cheektowaga, a freaking township. I don't know what y'all call that. Take him down there. Take him out to party. That cold. That get him. You know what I mean? Get him in that cold. That Lake Erie effect. Let that cold hit his bones real good. That'll toughen him. That'll strengthen the bones up. You know what I mean? Just saying, man. Take them to Chick Vegas. Give him the bright lights of Chick Vegas. And he'll be like, you know what? I kind of like this town. You know what? Let's do it, guys. Where do I sign? Well, Joey Bosa, to Buffalo he goes. If you guys are enjoying this stream, you're new to this channel, you're wondering who the heck I am, the name's Rico. This is the Buffalo Fanatics. Do me a favor, smash that like while you guys are here. Oh, and by the way, hit that subscribe button. What y'all waiting for, man? Hit that subscribe button. Let's keep it rocking. All right, Joey Bosa to the Bills, done. Let's get into who else just made it to the Bills. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Josh Palmer. I was getting into my Josh Palmer chat, but I was rudely interrupted by the news of Joey Bosa. So Joey Bosa to the Bills. I'm sure those press conferences are going to be interesting. You got both guys that are on the same squad coming through. So it'll be interesting. Just to kind of give you a recap, your defensive line currently looks like this. Your defensive front. Greg Rousseau, Joey Bosa, AJ Epinesa, Michael Hoecht, Javon Solomon. And I'm a big fan. You guys have heard me say this multiple times. I am a huge fan of Javon Solomon. So, could this be one of those scenarios that if it doesn't quite work out the way we need it to for Bosa, at least we have Javon Solomon that can learn off of these guys that have been doing this for quite some time and have had success with it. We'll see how it goes. I'll tell you right now, when it comes to the pass rush, and if you look at everything, these guys that have been graded as a pass rusher, Von Miller had an 84.5 grade pass rush. Greg Rousseau had a 78. Khalil Mack had a 78.9. Joey Bosa, 64.8. Dwayne Smoot, 60.4. AJ Epinesa, 54.2. Bud Dupree. So it's looking at, I'm looking at a tweet here. I don't even know who's coming from, but it's showing you their grades, and it's showing you between Chargers pass rushers and Bills pass rushers, and it's showing you their win rate. Von Miller had an 18.4 win rate. Greg Rousseau had a 14.6 win rate. Joey Bosa, 13.9. We might be all right. We might be all right. I know Javon Solomon is undersized. That is facts. I know that for a fact. But he's nice like that. I like Javon. I don't know. There's something about Javon that I'm a big fan of. The boy just knows how to get after it, man. And once he learns how to, you know what I mean, get technique and how to really wrap up and stay with it, he's gonna be nice. All right. Joey Bosa news. I'm gonna put that away. because we're done with it. We're on to it. Now, on to another individual that we need to talk about, and that is Josh Palmer. Joshua Palmer. If you guys don't know, you got to know. Josh Palmer, receiver, former receiver of the Chargers, was one that you always heard of, right? You always heard about a Josh Palmer because what you gain was you watch highlights and you see a Josh Palmer highlight reel catch. You're like, yo, that's a nice catch, man. Who was that? Oh, number 5? It wasn't even their main guys? All right, bet. And that's been happening for years when it comes to Josh Palmer. And Josh Palmer, like I was saying earlier, he's from Canada. He's from Brampton, Ontario. That's my province. That's where I'm from. I'm from Ottawa. I'm only, 6 hours away from these cats? 5 hours, right? And Toronto athletes, I don't know what it is about there. It's like the Americans of Canada. You know what I mean? Or if you go out west to Alberta, those boys are farm boys. Those boys are nice. But like you got athletes that are out there in that Toronto area. So him coming through, it's like he's coming home. It's like he's coming home. Now, how motivated are you that you can have your family come watch you and it's just a skip and a jump and you in Buffalo? That's amazing. Now, here is the thing. By the way, Palmer, amazingly openly gay receiver. No, he's not. I think he's Muslim, actually. So I doubt it. Not that I give a damn. I could care less, but I don't think he is. So don't be putting that out there. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Josh Palmer. Here's what he brings to the Bills. So what we lacked with Buffalo was a guy that could get separation. I got to take this back before we even get to Josh Palmer. Because when JV is a troll, if he's trolling me, because I'm a major troll. I don't mind a good troll, but that stuff, I don't play with that nonsense. Anyway, let me keep it rolling. When it comes to Josh and having receivers that can separate, go back to when he first came into the league. They gave this guy Kelvin Biscuit Benjamin. They gave him Andre Holmes. They gave him Corey Brown. I think it was Corey Brown, but they gave him a nickname. If you guys remember his nickname, it's not coming to me right now. Corey Brown for the Panthers. Bro, they gave him a whole bunch of bums. Go out there and get him, champ. You got it. Chip off the old block. You got it, big guy. Bro, they didn't give Josh the weapons. So Brandon Beane was like, something's got to change. So what does he do? He goes out and gets Cole Beasley, separator. He goes out and gets John Brown, separator with speed. And what happens? Josh Allen throws for over 3,000 yards, has his best career. He has a career year for the first 2 years. He just exploded. We're like, whoa, where'd this guy come from? I thought he was inaccurate. I thought he was a bum, right? The Bills picked a project. And then he ended up killing it with those guys that can separate. So now they go back to going after a big body and Keon Coleman. So you're like, okay, I thought we established that we needed somebody with separation. That's why we brought in Diggs. Diggs was the guy that can get downfield. Diggs was the guy that can run every freaking route in the route tree. What are we doing, folks? Sure enough, Diggs has he gets Josh Allen to evolve even more as a quarterback because he found a receiver that can separate. Fast forward, we have guys that Amari Cooper was supposed to be the separation guy, but maybe it was a lack of chemistry between him and Josh, or maybe he just lost a step or two. He wasn't getting that separation that we needed him to get. And I'll prove it to you by giving you guys some content to look at. Right? So this is a massive move for the Bills because you get a guy that can separate. You get a guy that can run every freaking route tree in the tree route system. So what does he bring? Well, we brought this brother on for $36 million with $18 million guaranteed. So y'all know 36 don't mean nothing. It's at 18. So really, we paying this guy. I mean, after 2 years, we'll find out what it is. I'm sure I didn't even look at the contract details, but I'm sure of it. That third year is like a void year. It's like a whatever year. So It's really a $9 million a year. $9 million a year. That's a good contract. And if it works out the way it needs to, shoot, you can get that third year at 36. We got a steal. But at that point, you're going to renegotiate anyway. So he's got 2 years to really put it together with Josh Allen in Josh Allen's prime. And I really feel that this Josh Palmer signing is a very underrated one. Most folks might say, man, you tripping, man. He's just another average-ass receiver that's this, that, and the third. Bro, I really, truly believe that this guy can have a Pro Bowl year with Josh. I really, truly believe he can. His level of play is going to skyrocket because of who is throwing him the football. You've seen it. We've seen guys have Mac Hollins, based on what he did with the Bills, got himself more money with the Patriots. This is real talk. Josh made that brother money. He absolutely made him money. So this Josh Palmer signing, 6'1", 215, runs a 4.5 40, can get downfield and is the separator. You guys heard Brandon Beane talk about, we need to get a separator in the league. We need to get a guy that can stretch the field. I'm thinking speed. It's not about the speed, ladies and gentlemen. It's about if you can get separation. If I'm even, I'm leaving. You're open in this league if you're 2 yards apart. The last 2 years with the Chargers, this brother was averaging 15 yards a catch. 15 yards a catch. That's telling me he does get downfield. He can get separation. Matter of fact, let me break it to you right now. Take a look at this graphic here, folks. So this is the Josh Palmer advanced route metric system, all right? This data came from Fantasy Points Data Suite, all right? So if you look at the route percentage, so 21.9% of his routes, so we'll call it 22% of his routes are coming on a deep route, on the 9. If you guys know your route tree, that's the 9, right? Tap the head. I'm going deep, baby. 22% of it. His next highest is at 13.4. That's your in route. After that, that's your little your button hook to come back to the ball. Your little comeback. So he's got the speed. You can only run a really good comeback route if you are able to have enough speed to turn the hips of a receiver and break back down and come back and get it. 14%. And then you have the the in route, depending on which side of the field you're at, the dig route. And you have the post or the corner, however you want to look at it. If quarterback's to the right-hand side, y'all know the drill. But the point is, he's the guy that can get downfield. Take a look at the other side of the graphic here. The route win rate. That's the most important. 17.5 going deep. 20%. You know what I mean? Going for the corner route or the post route, however you want to look at it. 22%. This boy he lives in the deep route. Look at that dig and out route. 36%. He'll break a brother down and get position. This is what Josh Allen needs. A guy that is a big body that can get after the ball and get going. Here's the difference. Brian Lucci's like, this is another Amari Cooper. Yes, but 4 years younger. The guy's only, 26 years old. So, yes, he's another Amari Cooper. If that's the case, I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. So, this is what you gain when you have a route runner. Josh is going to embrace this. This is going to be great for Josh Allen. So, what does he bring to this team? Physicality, the ability to create separation, right? The ability to win downfield. This is huge for us. And he's reliable. Let me tell you something. 50 out of the 79 balls that he's caught, 50 of those 79 receptions went for first downs. 50 of them. Ladies and gentlemen, the boy just moves the sticks. He moves the sticks. And this is according to the data. So a full off season with Josh, bro, there's going to be problems. I'm telling you right now, I'm calling right now, he's going to have his best season. I don't care that we have Khalil Shakir. I don't care that we have Dalton Kincaid. I don't care that we have Keon Coleman. I think he's going to have his best career, a career year for himself, and he'll put himself in Pro Bowl conversation. The guy's only got 10 total touchdowns since he's been in the league. The last 2 years, 3 touchdowns only. Mac Hollins led our team with touchdowns with 5. Need I say more? It's just going to happen. And I like it. And by the way, thank you, Philly Brown. I think his name was Corey Brown, but they call him Philly Brown. Appreciate that, Michelle. Love that. Thank you for that. But anyway, let me keep it pushing. Contested catches. You know he's going for it. He's the deep threat. He's got the perimeter. He's a true X wide receiver. So now it pushes Keon Coleman to the Z. And now you can now get creative in what you want to do. This opens up everything for the whole team. But we said that about Amari Cooper. We said that about Amari Cooper. I know. But Amari Cooper, I think everybody was puzzled as to what was going on. Obviously, him being hurt didn't help. Him coming in the middle of the season clearly didn't help. And I think he was just starstruck on this is the first time being part of a really winning culture. This is amazing. Let me sit back and chill a little bit. Hold on now. We need you to play, Amari. I know you're admiring, you mean what was going on here, but we need you, bro. It just sucks it didn't work out because I would have loved for it to work out. It is what it is. Did he lose a step? Debatable. That's the one that I'm debating. Did he lose a step? I've been battling that all season long. I just don't want to bring myself to believe that he did because the guy was just a Pro Bowler last year. The guy 1,200 yards receiving last year. There's no way. But maybe he did lose a step. And if Josh doesn't like what he sees, he ain't going to you. He don't care how tight it is. For Amari Cooper, you have to trust Amari Cooper so much that you know he's going to go up and get it. I don't think there was enough trust between Josh and Amari Cooper for Josh to say, I'm going to throw it to you. Nah, I don't want to. Don't forget, Josh was also sitting here not wanting to turn the ball over. So if you're not comfortably open for me, I'm not going to you. I'm out. I'm going somewhere else. This is where Josh Palmer comes in. So it's going to be the Josh to Josh show. Josh Allen to Josh Palmer for 6. Loving it. Loving every bit of it. So and by the way, you're right about Cooper is not faster than Palmer. That's a fact. That is a damn fact, especially now. I mean, you're going on 30, 31 for, I don't want to put too many numbers on it, but he's going, 31, year 31? And you got Palmer that's going into year 26, 27. I'll take that. All right, let me keep pushing. All right, so that's what he brings to the table. So how is he going to be used? That's the big thing. How is Josh going to be used? Let me get to it. Red zone. Look for red zone. Look for the big body guy. Look for him to get separation. It's just, it's bingo, bango, bingo. I think it's just going to be that simple, right? Keon Coleman for the jump balls. You got Josh Palmer. You got Josh Palmer for the receivers. For the receivers that are running routes and inside slant, done. I got you. I got you covered on Palmer. All right. So red zone, look for him to be very much utilized in the red zone alongside Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid. It's going to be nasty work. I'm looking forward to seeing how they get and piece things together this offseason. Joe Brady, you got a big job to do. All right. Last but not least, the last 2 seasons, 584 yards, 581 yards, consistent, 15 yards a pop. And here's the big one, a small little thing, but here's a big one. He's played for 3 different offensive coordinators. So you know he's smart enough to retain information, understand, and execute. You got Greg Roman, you had Kellen Moore, and you had a sprinkle of Jim Harbaugh in there, right? With Roman in that offense. You know Greg Roman's offense. We know it. We've seen it. So he's been able to adapt with every type of offensive coordinator. Bro, welcome to Buffalo, Josh Palmer. Love it. And by the way, Kaiir Elam, give up that number 5. I don't care what it's going to take. He's not going to pay you a dime for it. Take the jersey off, go back to number 24, because that 5, you coming out that jersey, son. You coming out that jersey. But you're going to have to pay me for it. I ain't paying you diddly squat. You're lucky you're still in the squad right now. Run that 5 ASAP. Run it. Shoot. He goes to the locker room. He goes, hey, what's up, guys? High-fiving everybody. Goes to his locker room. 28? What? You know what? It's gone. That number 5, Josh Palmer's like, yeah, this look nice, boy. That's what's up, eh? By the way, Canadians don't talk that way, just so you know. So big shout out to Josh Palmer, to the Bills. Love it. Did Kyrie get traded already? I didn't even know if he did. Did he? I haven't heard anything Kyrie getting traded. I would have heard that. Yo, don't make up stuff on Kyrie, man. Don't make stuff on Kyrie Elam. Anyway, Kyrie Elam, you running that 5 back, bro. That 5 is coming out your locker room. Take a good look at it. Kiss it goodbye. Josh Palmer, that dude. Anyway, let's keep it rolling. Now, if Josh Palmer doesn't take number 5, he can go back to his college number of 85 because Quentin Morris is not coming back. So he'll probably be 85 or number 5. I prefer he goes to number 5. Quit saying this guy needs to be at safety. Could you imagine Kyrie Elam at safety? He already at the corner position backpedals 20 yards. What do you think he's going to do at the safety position? This brother, we're going to be on the 50-yard line. He'll be in the end zone, making sure he doesn't get beat deep. Bro, j'ai fini. Okay? Je suis fini avec Monsieur Kyrie Elam. C'est fini. That's it. Anyway, let's move on. Another signing. The Bills were busy. The Bills have been busy. And they signed a special teams ace / defensive end / linebacker on the edge player, special teamer, you name it. This guy does it. Oh, and by the way, he's repping Canada as well out of Oakville, Ontario. Hey! Listen, when you want to get things done right, you got to go up north. You got to get yourself a Canadian boy, and that's exactly what they did. They got themselves Josh Palmer out of Brampton, and they got my boy out of Oakville, Ontario. Shout out to the Canadian boys making Buffalo their home. You'll love to see it. We bring in Mr. Let me get this cracking here. We bring in Mr. Hoecht to the Bills on a multi-year deal. I believe the deal was struck for what, $24 million? Let me just make sure we got this correct, because you don't want to get it down. By the way, in 2018, Joey Bosa had a 91.6 pass rush grade. It was 6th amongst the league. Does it really matter? It really doesn't matter, but it's interesting to see nonetheless. Anyway, let's keep it pushing here. So as I make my way, there we go. I was trying to get back to my page here. As I make my way back to Mr. Hoecht, Mr. Hoecht has been signed for a 3-year deal. Let me just make sure and confirm. There we go. It's a $24 million deal on a 3-year contract. All right. So simple, to the point. But the question is, what is he bringing to this team? Right? Who is this guy? Most people are like, who? Listen, folks, just because you don't know, I saw somebody to me today said, why are we signing all these bums? Just say you don't know who the player is. Just say that. He's a bum. Okay. Meanwhile, Rams fans are like, fuck, we lost a good one. That boy he's a firecracker. He does it all. He does this and does that. All that stuff, man. And that's what you get. By the way, Canada going to shut the lights off. Yo, keep messing with us. We're going to shut the lights off on all y'all. Keep messing with us. Trump already on here saying, hey, you want to shut the lights off? 100% tariff. My man, yo, if you guys know Doug Ford don't play. Doug Ford, like, yo, he's around a whole bunch of black folk in Toronto. Bro, he's seasoned. You're not going to get bullied at all by Trump. Trust me, believe that. But we are at the mercy. I don't want to get into the politics here, but it is funny because these tariffs are going back and forth. Canada might sneak a tariff on your ass on both Palmer and Joey Hoecht if you want to get their services. But anyway, neither here nor there. Let me get back to what I'm rolling with here. Hoecht and what it brings to the team. All right. So 24 mil on a 3-year contract. Here's what you get. You get a guy that can do it pretty much all. And those type of players are integral to defenses because you can put them anywhere. They're like a Swiss Army knife, if you will, right? You want to keep them in the middle of the defense. He's big enough and strong enough to do it. He's a little light, but he's versatile. 6'4", 267. I mean, shoot, he's only what? 15 pounds lighter than 16. He's 16 to 17 pounds lighter than Ed Oliver, but he's 3 inches taller than Ed Oliver, right? I think Ed Oliver's like 6'1", 6 or 6'1". So you got a boy that's got some height, it's got some athleticism to him. He's nice like that. So, and he brings energy. So not only does he play the defensive end, he can play off the ball as an off-ball linebacker. Not very often, but he can. And you can put him on the inside. That is your modern day, pretty much, Lorenzo Alexander, because that's what we were doing with Lorenzo. Defensive end, defensive tackle, and sometimes damn near would drop you in coverage, right? But this guy is younger. So you got to love it. So big shout out to Super Bowl winning Mike Hoecht. 6'4", 265, ran a 4.6 40, plays multiple positions, special teams ace. He led the league, ladies and gentlemen, led the league. By the way, flex, is he going to be edge? He's going to be primarily put on the edge, but they're gonna mess around and put him everywhere, by the way. So he led the league in 3 block kicks. The brother led the league. He is the Mecca. He is the guy that blocks kicks. And we said, we want you. Come on over to Buffalo. We need that. My man said, yo, this is Trent Murphy 2.0. Don't ever bring that name up ever on this live feed again. Trent Murphy. Golly, that was I still mad. I still get upset at Brandon Beane for bringing him onto the team and retaining him for as long as he did. Sickens me. Anyway, let me proceed. How dare you bring up Trent Murphy on this stream? Anyway, let's keep it rolling, right? 3 block kicks, led the league. All right. Edge rusher. He's going to be the edge rusher primarily. I'm just reading my notes here I put together. Great run defender. He actually is extremely great at run defending. So what I love about this move is it brings 2 stout run defenders in obviously Greg Rousseau, which is great at defending the run, as well as Hoecht. So you love to see that. So you have a guy that is run first, stop the run first, and he's got a little bit of wiggle and dip to him to get after the quarterback. So big shout out to these boys. Pairing those 2 together on the defensive side of the ball is great. Then Joey Bosa comes in to clean up the act. I kind of like where this is going. All right. So what you're getting with Hoecht is a combination player. You got the athleticism. You got the versatility. You got yourself a McDermott guy. That is a McDermott guy. It's straight up. That's what it is. So the fact that we picked up a piece that pretty much does everything McDermott needs him to do, damn, if he told McDermott, yeah, I wrestled in high school, man, McDermott would have, you know what I'm talking about. In the words of my man Zebot, this table would have been 4 inches off the ground. That's what Zebot would have said. I think he said 4 inches. I don't want to play him like that, but that's what he says. I want to go by what Zebot said. 4 inches off the ground. So we get a versatile piece. We get a guy that can do it all. And if defensively, if we do what we're supposed to do, we'll be able to move this guy all over the place. This is great. So now you got 2 bookend DNs that can defend the run well. You got a newly, freshly signed Terrell Bernard. You got Matt Milano come back on a hopefully a refreshed offseason. He can get back to it. You have Dorian Williams waiting in the wings. So right now, 2 positions of need right this second. And that's your corner. And that's a defensive tackle, a big defensive tackle that can absolutely push the freaking pocket. You need a bully in the trench. That's the type of player you want on the squad. You want a bully in the trench. And as of right now, we don't have that. We don't have a bully in the trench. We got a bunch of finesse guys. I mean, small guys. Right? We need a bully in the trench. I don't play. That, you know what I mean? That give you that old school 1-2, slap the shit out of your helmet. Move out the way. That guy. You know what I mean? That's nasty with it. Pick you up by your chest and hold you down. Be like, yo, where you at? Toss you to the side and just command. Like, it makes me miss those days where you had bowling ball Pat Williams. You know what I mean? Sam Adams. You know what I mean? Those boys, you couldn't push those boys around at all. They manned that front. They said, nah, you ain't pushing me out at all. Y'all gonna have to see me. That's the way I look at it. So that's what I hope that we're looking at. And we have the picks to do it. So let me cap off with this. and then we can get into, some draft talk. Not too much. I'm not heavy in the draft just yet, but we will get into some picks, right? So that being said, Mike Hoecht, welcome to the Bills. Josh Palmer, I think he's going to have a massive year for us. I just feel it. I think he's going to have his best year. And I think that Josh and him are going to be like this. And if he takes over as receiver 1, great. Am I expecting it? No, because I think Keon Coleman took his criticism very well. And I think he's going to have a lot to prove in his second year. So this is a win-win for Josh Allen, because you got a guy that's coming in to show you that I'm that guy. They brought me here for a reason. Let's roll. You got a guy that's got a second year. He's got to prove it, because his coach, his GM was like, yo, he started off strong, then he got hurt and it fell off. Bro, you can't talk to a player like that, man. He's gonna be, yo, I fell off. I got to prove it. That's exactly what it comes down to. Dalton Kincaid, he's got to get stronger. That boy stay in the weight room. Like, what's going on? So get stronger, get bigger, do what you got to do. So there's a lot of guys on this offense that are going to have a lot to prove. How is that a bad thing? This is a great thing. This is a great thing. So this is huge. Shout out to Brandon Beane. Am I impressed with Brandon Beane? Because I said it. I was going to be harsh, and I was going to be no BS on Brandon Beane. I'm not going to sit here, good job, Brandon. No, you're doing your job, and I'm not done with you. I want to see what you do in this draft. That's the big one. I like so far, you didn't impress me, but you've done what you need to do. And you got yourself a receiver in Josh Palmer that I think we all recognize, and that's going to be good on this team. You got yourself a depth lineman in Hoecht. I'm not sitting here saying he's going to kill it. It's just we got a versatile piece. That's as simple as that. And now you got to show me what you're going to do in that corner spot. You got to show me what you're going to do with Christian Benford. And are we content with what we have in the safety room? Cole Bishop, Taylor Rapp, are we good? Do we need to see more? Should we draft another safety? Those are the things that that's why I can't say I'm ready to, give a pat on the back to Brandon Beane. Nah, bro. You ain't show me anything just yet, bro. I'm not going to let you okie doke me. All right? I ain't going to let you okie doke me into believing that, this is, it's all, I'm not going to be duped. My eyes are wide open. I'm waiting to see something that's going to impress me. And right now, you haven't impressed me. You just kind of, okay, he's doing his job. I got you. We'll see how it all plays out. But I'm on your ass, B. I'm on your ass. I want to see what you do in this draft, man. You got a first round. You got 2 seconds. We got comp picks. And let me get right into it, folks. So let me just put that in the button. So great job, Palmer, Hoecht, Joey Bosa is now on the squad. So we'll see how that all shakes out in the offseason. We got the line seems to be something they've developed on the edge. They like what they have on the edge. I think they're going to keep it that way. Boost the inside, get some cornerback play, and I think we should be all right. But we'll see. We'll see what Brandon Beane does. Now that we're done with that, we got comp picks. Ladies and gentlemen, we got comp picks. All right. So every year, if you lose starting players to another squad, the league awards you comp picks. I thought we were going to get something last year, but we didn't. It was more for this year. So we got comp picks for, who was it? Gabe Davis being one of them, and Leonard Floyd being the other. So you got 2 comp picks coming our way. Allegedly, there was supposed to be 4 picks, but we got 2 picks. What does it look like for the Bills? Well, here's what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. So, did I not add that? Oh, son of a B-Wood. Why didn't you do that? I thought I added that in there. So let me just go find it then. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Your boys got you. So here's what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Let me screenshot my screen here and show you what's up. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, here's what it looks like. The Buffalo Bills now have a grand total of 11 picks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 picks. All right. The 2 picks that we got complimentary were these 2 round 5 picks. So pick 169 and pick 173. I do not see Brandon Beane drafting 11 players. It's not happening. So look for these Bills to move up in the draft. We already know that Brandon Beane drafts extremely well in the mid drafts, in the middle of the draft, right? Round 4, all the way to round freaking 6. This brother's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks in the back half of this draft. So you got a first rounder and you got 2 second rounders. Bro, you can package up a good little deal and get yourself a stud. And then work your way down and get some magic, because this is where Brandon Beane makes his magic. His magic is done right in here. He doesn't have a good track record up here. So package up a little something. You got the Vikings pick, you got your pick, and you got a first round pick. Yo, package this 30th pick, package this 62nd pick. Shoot, you might as well package all 3 and get yourself a stud. We might be onto something. Now, most folks might say, hold on a second. I like my draft picks. Don't you dare trade these picks up and go get them. Guys, don't forget, Brandon Beane don't have a good track record on drafting these first rounders. I mean, take a look. He traded up for Dalton Kincaid, and we're still waiting to see what the true Dalton Kincaid can give us. Traded up for Kyer Elam. What an absolute disaster. Traded up for Josh Allen. It worked out well. Traded up for Tremaine Edmonds. He's no longer on the team. He got a deal elsewhere. I feel like I'm missing some. Drafts Greg Rousseau, and then go ahead in the second round, drafts Boogie Basham. Epic disaster. Boogie Basham is now on his 13th. So what do y'all think? Package up rounds 1, 2, those 2-2s, and in round 1 and try to figure something out. Ed Oliver was a first rounder. He was the 8th overall pick. I mean, Ed Oliver's nice. I'm not sitting here pooping on Ed Oliver. I'm a fan of Ed Oliver. Is he not as consistent as I want him to? No, but there's some days where he wrecks the game, and that's what you want. So this is what it's looking like, folks. That's what you see. 11 picks. I like it. We'll see how it goes. So before I get out of here, I was gonna wait for Bob, but he's still doing his business, so he might jump in here and do another live with you guys. I don't know. He might come in tomorrow, but I have all day for waiting for this brother. All right. If you guys are watching what he's doing, tell him Rico's about to be out, so you better wrap it up, or I'm out. So let me jump in real quick and kind of recap what we've done and what we talked about today. Obviously, we talked about our signings. We talked about our re-signings. All right. Love to see that. Brandon Beane has been active. Am I impressed with what Brandon Beane has done? No, because I think he understands what needs to be done this year. He absolutely understands what needs to be done. He understands the assignment, and we're not going to let him off the hook until he gives us a fantastic offseason. I was listening to satellite radio this morning, and Kirk Morrison had an epic rant, and I loved it. And often we talk about who won the offseason, right? And we were talking about how the Atlanta Falcons wanted Kirk Cousins. That's going to be so great. Now, you know what I mean? Kyle Pitts is going to have to have an actual quarterback to throw in the football. Bijan Robinson, Darnell Mooney, Drake London, you know what I mean? Head coach Raheem Morris. They're going to kill it. They won the offseason. NFC better watch out. That's what we heard all day, right? They didn't even make the playoffs. Done. Okay? You know who said that was an absolute loser in the offseason? That's right, the Buffalo Bills. Who lost this offseason? The Bills. Why? Well, Josh Allen's not going to be with Stephon Diggs. He's not going to be the same. And they lost Gabe Davis, the 2 best receivers on the squad. They're gone. Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, they're gone. That defense just lost a whole walk of leadership on that squad, right? Mitch Morse, their center, he's gone. They said this guy, that guy. Everything was just poo-poo for the Bills. The Bills will be lucky if they even win 9 games. Watch out for those Jets. So winners and losers, I don't buy into it. So you can't just, so I bring this up because I'm not going to sit here and tell you, I mean, Brandon Beane's doing a terrible job. No, he might be getting the right pieces for this right team, and it works out great. I'm not going to big him up, but I'm not going to trash him either. I want to see how this all works out. I'm looking forward to it. Don't get me wrong. I do this every year to myself, and I'm never going to stop. I love this team too damn much. I'm always going to get myself excited because it's new pieces. Josh Allen coming off a fresh MVP. I mean, he's got the C on that chest, bro. Let's go. How do you not get excited? How do you not get excited? I do. I absolutely get excited. So big shout out, huge shout out to what Brandon Beane's doing, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it all plays out. I got something to say to get off my chest real quick. It's nothing major, something minor, but I figured it's. I think it's fine that I get it off my chest. Where's my where is my what the heck? Where's my get it off my chest? Oh, I'm upset. Oh, I'm upset. Oh, there it is. Sorry. I overreacted. It's not necessarily saying it with my chest here, but something I want to share with y'all. I understand, and I've seen this a lot, and I'm like, where did all this come from? All right. Mac Hollins. I think we were all a fan of Mac Hollins. I think we were all a fan of what he brought to the team, minus the whole walking barefoot. I think it got played out after a while, but we liked it. It was a great story. But what he brought to the team was great, right? He gave Josh Allen a reliable receiver down the field, wherever he needed to play. He was there. He was our leader in touchdown catches. But him leaving to go to the Patriots, why is that? Why are a lot of fans crying like, oh, I can't believe we didn't keep Mac Hollins? What? Why are we up in arms? Is something going to change? Is Mac Hollins, was he competing for the number 2 receiver spot? Did I miss something? I did not understand all the hoopla around Mac Hollins leaving. I just never understood it. Somebody said, "Yo, I'm liking your villain arc." I could be a very good villain. I can be. I'll be a very unlikable villain. I'll be very unlikable, or maybe likable. I don't know. But I'm not getting all this fake love to Mac Hollins. I don't get it. Y'all were booing his ass when we signed him. Y'all were like, yo, we brought in Mac Hollins? Yo, get out of here. Yo, what's Bean doing? That's all I heard all offseason. Funny enough. And it's not even, it just has nothing to do with me tooting horn. I'm not tooting horn at all. I was like, yo, give this guy a chance, man. Yo, he was pretty nice with the Raiders. I think he's going to be pretty decent with his team. Oh, this guy's a bum. No wonder. Did you see what he did with Atlanta? Why the heck did we bring him onto the squad? And now that he's gone, oh my gosh, where did he go? The barefoot wonder. We need him. He's so grounded. If y'all don't knock it off, that's the funny thing I like about Bills fans, is y'all are ready to poo-poo on someone before you even know them. And then when you get to them, you fall for them. And then when they leave, it's Heartbreak Hotel. Eye roll. Absolute eye roll. Y'all make me sick. I'm not trolling. I'll be for real. I'll be for real. Y'all chill out, man. He was a 5th receiver. 5th. Calmate. My gosh. You'll find somebody else to fall in love with. It'll be Jordan Palmer. It'll be Josh Palmer. Okay? Maybe it'll be Joey Bosa. Let's everybody relax. Anyways, I had to get that off my chest real quick because I just felt it was necessary. I just felt it was necessary. And here I am. I told folks that I was going to be on here for an hour. And then I'm an hour and 40 minutes. Shame on me. Shame on me. Anyway, folks, that's my time. We got 4,400 people watching right now. We got 3,700 people watching on X right now. We got another 420 people watching on YouTube. Salute to y'all. Before you get out of here, do me a favor, smash that like. If you're watching on Twitter right now, do me a favor, retweet this. Retweet it. Get it rotated all over the place, right? If you guys enjoyed this stream, you had a couple laughs, you loved it, you appreciate it, share this stream on YouTube. There's somebody that needs this right now, folks. There's somebody that lives in the Philippines that doesn't have this. There's somebody that lives in Russia that doesn't have this. Let them know. There might be Bills fans, man. You never know. So, folks, tell my guy Bot I tried waiting for his ass, but he's too busy. You know what I'm saying? Flexing for some other folks. I got 2 words for that, brother. I got 2 words for him. Anyway, folks, enjoy the rest of your evening. We will catch you back on Friday. Unless more breaking news happens, you'll probably see me tomorrow. You'll probably see me the next day. But I highly doubt there's going to be more news. I think Brandon B might be done. The real question now becomes, this is my last point, what he does with Christian Bedford. And I'm truly having a debate with a lot of folks when it comes to this about Christian Bedford. It's not about if we should sign Christian Bedford. That's not the case at all. I believe we wholeheartedly should sign him long term. The question is, for what? What will he garner from Brandon Beane? Is he worth, and this is what I'm battling with myself, is he worth $20+ million a year? That's where I am unsure. It's not that I don't think he's worth this money. If they gave him $22 million, that's what he's worth. That's what the team feels he's worth. That's what it is. But $20+ million, there's a list. I'm gonna show you this list here, folks, and I'm objectively looking at this, and I was asking myself, I'm like, yo, you know what? I said, Self, where does he rank? Like, where would you put a guy like Christian Bedford, and what is he worth? Is he worth $20 million? Is he there? I wasn't sure. I was unsure if that's the case. So then I started looking at all the cornerbacks that are making $20+ million. $20+ million. And let me find my tweet real quick. And then I will share that with you because I'm baffled by it. And every last one of these guys that do have $20+ million have accolades to go with it. I know accolades aren't everything, but they are something. That's how people, that's how people kind of, prove that they're worth something. So let me find it. There it is. I found it here. So let me share my screen with y'all. So if you guys can see this, please tell me you guys can see it. If it's not, I'm going to try to zoom in for it. All right. That should be good enough for you guys to see. Perfect. All right. Check this out. So Christian Bedford, 20 mil. Is he worth $20+ million over, I don't know, let's just say it's a 3-year deal, 4-year deal. Are you willing to give Christian Bedford $20 million a year? And is he worth it? So here's what I had to kind of show myself. I was like, all right, who is getting paid more than $20 million a year? Jalen Ramsey. All right, $24.1 million a year. He's a 7-time Pro Bowler. He's a 3-time first-team All-Pro. So you can sit here and say, yeah, I deserve that money because I'm an All-Pro and I'm a Pro Bowler. I've earned it. All right. Patrick Surtain, Defensive Player of the Year, 3-time Pro Bowler, 2-time first team. Yeah, $24 million. Yeah, of course. Jair Alexander, available right now. I don't know if he got signed yet. If he did, good for him. I can't remember if he did or not, but he's making $21 million a year. He is a 2-time Pro Bowler and a one-time second-team All-Pro. Yes, is he injury prone? As of right now, yeah, because it is what it is. But at the time when he got his deal, that's what he was worth because of what he brought to the team. AJ Terrell, he's a one-team, second-team All-Pro. He got $20.3 million. Denzel Ward, 2-time Pro Bowler, $20.1. So, and I'm saying, I'm a big fan of Brentford. I think he's one of our better defenders on this team. I think he's deserving of a big-time contract. But he doesn't have he doesn't have the accolades to go with it. So I was like, who can I compare that he's in that ballpark? Tyson Campbell, he got paid $19 million. He's got nothing there. And he got paid 4 years, $76 million. L'Jarius Sneed, no accolades. He's a 2-time Pro Bowl. He's a 2-time Super Bowl winner. Locked down. He's like the kryptonite to Stephon Diggs. 4 years, $76.4. Jalen Johnson, right? And he was a Pro Bowler this year, right? But he's got $19 million. So I'm thinking if he's going to get a deal, Christian Benford, it should be in the 17 to 19 mil. Would you guys agree with that? And then here's the other part I'm going to jump in on. Then I started thinking to myself, I said, hold on a second. I remember not too long ago when we had Trey White on the squad, when he became the highest paid corner on the squad, we paid him $17.5 million. I think Christian Benford is worth between 17.5 and about 19, only based on the market, clearly, and based on who's getting the same pay around him and what he's done. All the other guys have accolades. They can say, my resume speaks for itself. You got a little bit of, I don't want to call him injury prone, but he broke his arm one time, then he got a concussion. So this is one of those situations. So what are your thoughts? Is he worth 20 plus mil? Oh, thank you. Ward is a 4-time Pro Bowler. Excuse me. So is he worth that? Or are we in the same 17 to about 19.5? The reason I bring this up is that it's going to come where he's got to get paid. We don't have another corner. Are you going to let him play this year out? Which is fine. He's under contract. But then you might be out too. Unless you have something up your sleeve that you're about to bring in a lockdown corner. You're about to trade for one. I don't know what Brandon Beane's got planned. But that corner position has to be addressed. And I think they will do it with Christian Benford. But how much are they willing to pay him? Is he worth 20? Let's give him 15 just to tease. You're an ass. You're an ass. Anyway, folks, I'm going to tell you this right now. Hold on. He said, Rico has to work tomorrow, guys. Z-Bot will start his own live chat. I don't mind if I'm off tomorrow. He's going to start his own chat. That's good. So listen, I'm going to end it. I'm going to let my guy Bot jump on, stay on, chat it up with him. I want to try to keep the energy up so you can jump on his ass and get him going and razz his ass for not jumping on and taking other guys and getting on a podcast with somebody else when he's got his boy right here waiting for his ass. Anyway, y'all let him know. So, folks, that's my time. If you guys appreciate this stream, smash that like real good. Share it off of this YouTube platform. If you're watching on Twitter, go ahead and share that on Twitter as well and retweet that, all that good stuff. And I'm out of here. I got to get up in the morning. So it's been cool chopping it up with you guys. I love this. You know I do. It's good to be back, chopping it up and having a good time with y'all. And I love interacting with the chat. And before I get out of here, I got to read the super chats because I don't want to leave anybody hanging. So Ismael Monero says, if he stays healthy, let's go. He's talking about Joey Bosa. Absolutely. If he stays healthy and he's balling like that, it's great. My man Joshua Richardson says, Rico, Bosa will have a good year for us. Remember, we don't play our players playing 100% of snaps. We don't. So it's going to be rotational. So he'll be fresh. Less reason for him to get hurt. We'll see how that plays out, right? Signified Note says, yo, what if Joey is the missing piece? Then he recruits his brother to the Bills for the 2026 season, and then we become the greatest dynasty in football. Tom Brady's a biatch. Listen, man, I'm down with that. I'm totally down with that. My man Stone Ape says I'm on board with Bosa, but does Bosa hurt chances to get players like Asante Samuels Jr. or Julian Blackmon? I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think that 12 mil was like they didn't expect to get it at 12 mil, I'm sure. And the fact that they got him at 12 mil, I think is a steal. I don't think it'll affect anything else. I think they'll be able to still go after one more player. One more player should do, and it should be at the corner position because we just don't have somebody at corner unless we're going to get one in the draft. We'll see. We'll see how that all plays out. But it'll be very intriguing and be paying close attention to what Mr. Bean does. From who is left, who do you want in free agency? I have to go through the list. I'm not sure yet. There's not really much that stand out to me that I really need. I'm looking at corner, and there weren't many choices at corner. A lot of the big time corners, they're off the list already. Teddy V, I read that comment. I love that comment earlier that you got me chatting. Richie made that comment. I read that one as well. So, oh wait, maybe I didn't read this one. Oh yeah. He said, "Give me some lotion." I got it. Richie comes back and he says, "Yo, Bot stays on Rico. He's coming on." No, not today. He's gonna do his own thing. Stone says corner is the next piece to add. Absolutely, it is definitely the next piece. There's no question about it. We got Fluffy Panda. What a fluff. He goes, just got out of the prayer. Pray for those heathen Canadians named Rico. But Bosa, no freaking way. Much love. Minus 25% due to the tariffs. Yeah, we're gonna tariff your ass, boy. We're gonna send that tariff 100%. Anyway, folks, I enjoyed this stream. An hour and 51 minutes. We weren't even realizing that we have breaking news with Joey Bosa, but we got it. We got Joey Bosa joining the squad. So it's going to be Joey. It's going to be Greg Rousseau. It's going to be Ed Oliver. It's going to be Terrell Bernard. It's going to be the whole crew. It's going to be lit. So that being said, I'll catch you guys on the hold on. Before I leave. No. I'm going to scold you. I don't know if your mic is on. Is your mic on?
I think so.
Oh, it's on. Shame on you for number one. I want you to feel the shame. We have breaking news, and you're sitting here going, AFC North, where you at? Who are you hosting today?
NFC West Roundtable.
Even worse. NFC West. Who's in the NFC West that you care about? I mean,
10 minutes into the stream. 10 minutes into the stream.
Shame on you.
What were the odds? I just came on here to tell everybody I know you got to leave, but I will be doing another one. But man,
listen, everybody stay on for my man Bot. I gotta sign off. Bot, handle your business. You better give them a fire show.
I'm going to give a small show tonight, a long show tomorrow during the morning. We're going to get after it early in the morning. We're going to do a small one tonight, long one in the morning.
Listen, I warmed the crowd up for you. You better knock it down. Knock it down, buddy.
Before you leave, was it good? Was it good things to say or bad things to say?
Listen, there was great things until your name came up and said, Bot's coming. You know what I said? There's that. Bot can have that. How about that? Get that out of your beard. Anyway, pause. I'm out of here.
Resume. All right, I'm going to set up a new one. Everyone stay put. It'll be on your screen momentarily.
There you go. All right, folks, I got to get after it. I got class tomorrow. I'm an instructor. I got a class at 8. I got to do my business, and I gotta get myself hyped up for the class tomorrow. So until next time, folks, we'll catch you guys. My man Bot's going to set up his own stream. Stay on tight. I warm the crowd up. Bot's going to knock him down, and we'll do that thing, man. You guys have yourself a great night. Until next time, you'll see Bot afterwards. Peace.
Peace.